Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to Sareerekham, where we do all things arts and craft from calligraphy to much more. Today I am going to be doing gold leaf calligraphy on an abstract background. I will be teaching in detail how I make the easiest yet a very unique background using the simplest techniques which are easy to follow and very easy to replicate. Okay, first of all, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please do that for more fun and educational videos. And please don't forget to comment what you want to see next. I always appreciate feedback. Okay, so now back to business. I'm using Payne's Gray for the base color. Payne's Gray is a very deep stormy grey color with distinctively blue undertones. It will add the right depth to our background. Next up, I'll be adding a little bit of white to add that hint of soft and pastel tones. We'll be very careful when choosing white because we don't want it to overpower our color palette. Finally, I add some lilac to further add a bit of diversity to our color palette. Now that we have placed all the colors that we need for our background on the canvas, here comes the fun part. All you need is a palette knife. Take that and gently rub all the colors together. Try not to mix them completely. Do it with a very gentle hand. Just carefully swipe the paint all over the canvas, but be very mindful that you are not mixing all the colors completely. There will be some mixing and we need that. You can see how Payne's Gray and white are creating the softest shade of blue, but we still have that depth speaking through. And there is hint of lilac that is adding that variety, that diversity to the background. Okay, so we gently spread it to completely cover our canvas, and I'm doing it, I will stress this again and again that I'm doing it very gently. I'm applying minimal pressure. Okay, once the paint is all spread out, I am taking the same palette knife and I am gently dabbing the paint on the canvas. I have applied some generous amount of paint so that it is easy to cover the canvas completely with it, and after dabbing it, I still have paint left to create some texture. This is the step that will give us a very pretty blended background with individual colors popping out. This is one of my favorite techniques when I am painting calligraphy because sometimes I like having my background very complex, very intricate, but sometimes you need a background that is not too complicated yet has a very rich color palette, so that the calligraphy is the star of the show and the background is working in good harmony with the calligraphy. Okay, next up I have done this calligraphy using gold leaf glue. I'll be doing another video on that in which I share all the details of how you do calligraphy using gold leaf glue. Now I am pasting my gold leaf directly on the calligraphy. And making sure it sticks through. You have to be sure that you completely cover all the areas and leave no spaces behind that are left. So for this reason, I'm taking a small piece and covering a little bit of area that was left behind. Next up, I have to make sure that the gold leaf is sticking through properly, and I gently rub it using a clean dry brush. You have to be sure that you're using a clean dry brush, preferably one that has never been used before, and then I use the same brush to gently wipe off the excess. I do it very gently, making sure that I leave no areas behind so that I have clean edges. So this is something that you have to be very gentle with, gold leaf calligraphy. You have to be very patient. You have to let the glue dry completely. You have to remove it with a very gentle hand. But the end result is so satisfying that you simply love the process. You can use the excess flakes, you can store them, use them later, or do something like I'm going to do next. I take the leftovers and paste them and place them very randomly across the background using my fingers, because we should never shy away from using our hands. They are the best brushes we have. So I gently use small bits of gold leaf across the background to add a little bit of sparkle to the background. I still thought the calligraphy is looking a little incomplete, so I added borders with black paint to make it pop out a little more, and this is the final look. Hope you guys like it, and do comment what you want to see next. Allah Hafiz.